Welcome to the Management Minute, presented by ManagingScrupulosity.com. Helpful pastoral guidance intended to encourage the effective management of your OCD and scrupulosity. What is deliberate intention? One of the characteristics of scrupulosity that I find particularly puzzling and contradictory in those who suffer with this disorder is living with the constant fear of mortal sin. I find it puzzling because scrupulous people are well versed in the intricacies of doctrine, and they can often quote you word for word the conditions that are required for an action to be sinful. As a catechism of the Catholic Church makes perfectly clear, its subject matter must be grave, it must be committed with full knowledge and awareness of the sinful action and the gravity of the offense, and it must be committed with deliberate and complete consent to offend God. Seems clear enough, but here is my question. A scrupulous person is concerned, non-stop, so it seems, with their thoughts and actions because they do not desire to offend God. They are obsessed with the desire not to offend God. They engage in a variety of compulsive rituals as a way to constantly monitor their relationship with God, always choosing the path that is the least offensive. Since this is the case, and I do not know of anyone who can convince me otherwise, how is it possible that they would at any time choose to deliberately offend God? Their own life is marked with an obsessed and compulsive intention not to offend. How could it be otherwise? How could a deliberate action, thought, or behavior somehow penetrate the obsessive and compulsive engaged ritual in order to be a deliberate act serious enough to be identified as mortal sin? Can you see the contradiction? Scrupulosity is the manifestation of the fear of offending God. The anxiety that is generated by the fear of possible offense leads to ritualistic behaviors that heighten the awareness of even the possibility of a potential offense. In this state of living, it would be impossible to freely choose to offend God. In fact, the only way that it could possibly happen, the only way that a person could truly be free enough to commit a mortal sin would be to stop the vigilance, stop the fear, relieve the anxiety, or in other words, to become free of scrupulosity. Then and only then would the real possibility of having the personal freedom to potentially choose to offend God become a possibility. As long as scrupulosity is present and active in a person's life, the possibility of a person freely choosing to commit a mortal sin is non-existent. Obviously, imagination plays an important role in the scenario. I believe that what often happens is that a scrupulous person imagines that they somehow engage in a thought or behavior that's truly free from the manifestation of scrupulosity. As a result of this imagined freedom, they conclude that they are capable of sin. Unfortunately, this is not what is really happening. What they are really imagining is not the sin, but rather a state of mind that would permit the sin, or imagining that they're free from the disorder of scrupulosity. In a sense, it is a healthy use of the gift of human imagination, imagining freedom from the burden of the pathology of scrupulosity. But it is fundamentally a misunderstanding, and the conclusion is in error. The feared sin was not committed, nor, for that matter, was the imagined freedom from scrupulosity experienced. It is rather properly understood as the manifestation of the disorder, the confused thinking of the disorder, the experience of scrupulosity. If you wish to learn more about this topic, please refer to the citation that we have provided. Please visit YouTube at Catholic OCD for a variety of video presentations on important topics. If you wish to support this ministry, please visit the funding platform at patreon.com, also at Catholic OCD.